YouTube, it's motomattman. How you doing? I don't know why every time I say it that way I laugh, but I do. Anyway, figured I'd take a little short ride on the Maxim today. Need to blow out some carbon on it. Still, unfortunately, haven't replaced the little bit of the sketchy rear tire, but need to blow some carbon out. So I figured we'd take a little ride here. Blink, 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 blink. Blink, 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 blink. There's that second gear thing I talk about. Constantly have to remind myself I did a better job when I first took off. I'm gonna have to adjust the idle. I think the idle's a little bit low. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Today is a beautiful Thursday. It's about 70 degrees maybe. I didn't look at the temperature. It's that time of year I shouldn't have to. But like I said, figure I'd take a ride on it. I don't know how much I talked about the history of myself in this bike before. But this is a 1985 Yamaha Maxim 700. It's an inline 4 with 4 into 2. For the most part, this bike is completely stock. I did have to replace the brake, front brake reservoir. It was working fine, but I wanted to change the brake fluid and whatnot, and the little screws in the top were all stripped out. Tried using an easy out, and that just didn't work. So I bought a new brake reservoir. And one of these two mirrors, I can't tell, this one is new. This one's original, this one's an aftermarket mirror. And the grips are aftermarket. Other than that, it's pretty much original. Bike did start off its life in red. And it's now black, as you can see. But it didn't go straight from black, red to black. It actually went from red to white, which I thought would be really cool. And I did kind of like the way that it looked, and I liked it being white. And at the time I was wearing a white helmet. I was in South Carolina, I think, when I painted. Hey, come on, baby. Let's go. There we go. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, like I said, got to blow some carbon and whatnot out and adjust that idle. But anyway, it was South Carolina. I was wearing a white helmet mainly because of I thought it would be cooler, and you know, a little bit higher visibility with a white than a black. So I painted the bike white, but I noticed one day it kind of looked like a police bike without the saddlebags. So I decided I'm not gonna do it white. So then I decided I would paint it green, which is my favorite color. And it was green for a while, and then I decided, no, I'm not too into this green. It's time for a paint job, and I did the paint job myself, so it wasn't a great paint job. So I took it all apart and decided to go to black, and it's been black for quite some time now. Probably have to say probably last, I don't know, Ah, there's that second again. You can tell I haven't been riding it a lot lately. It's been black for probably 18 to 20 years or so. It's been black. But I've had this bike since right around 1990, 92, somewhere around there. Like I said, it is a 1985, but I've had it for quite some time. It's been a really good bike to me. I used to ride this thing everywhere. It was my transportation to work. It was my transportation to go out most nights. I rode the thing from Spartanburg, South Carolina to Greensboro, North Carolina and back quite a few times, just to do it. I lived in Greensboro for quite a while, so I'd go up there and visit friends, and I'd take the bike. Those of you that don't know, that's a Greensboro, North Carolina is not that far away from the Virginia line, and Spartanburg, South Carolina is like a couple hours from Charlotte, which is almost on the North Carolina, South Carolina line. So, you know, it is a little bit of a hike. Not too bad, but not something you'd normally think about. Hey, I got nothing going on this weekend. Let's jump on the bike and we'll ride to Greensboro. I rode it from Spartanburg to Raleigh, and actually that's how I got the bike to Spartanburg, was from Raleigh, was riding it down there. But anyway, like I said, I mean, it's been a really good bike to me. The only thing that I would complain about is I've broken down the padding in the seat, and it constantly makes me want to slide into the tank. But that's just from use. If I knew more about upholstery, I'd fix it. I did. Oh, the coverings on the seat are not original. I recovered the seat myself. I don't know, probably 14, 15 years ago. I recovered the seat. The seat had just, from the years, had just dry rotted and cracked quite a bit. So I did that. Oh, let's go this way. Yeah, we got to work on the second gear. I got it better that time. But anyway, got to work a little bit on adjusting these carbs some. Not quite right. But that was part of the reason for taking it out today, was to find things like that. Come on, there we go. Without having the shifter lever beat up my foot, bouncing back out a second. Bike's got a good amount of pickup for what it is. I mean, it's a nice bike. Like I said, the only real issues, second gear, which has been gone for years. I mean, decades. I mean, like I said, it's a 1985. I bought it in like 1990 and it had no second gear. Which I've said before, and I've had comments back and forth about it, but back in the 80s, it was somewhat of a common problem. A common enough problem that I've talked to multiple people, not just with Maxims, but had a buddy with an XJ700 that had the same issue with second gear. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about it, and a lot of people have experienced the same thing with the Yamahas. Had a buddy with an XJ600, same thing. But anyway, other than the second gear thing, the fact I need to replace the tire, which I have, I just need to stop being lazy. But in my defense, got a bunch of stuff that I've had to deal with the four-wheeled vehicles in the household lately. Haven't really had time to deal with that rear tire. That and adjusting the carbs. They're synchronized right. I just need to get that idle adjusted right. But anyway, other than that, I mean, it's an awesome bike. I trust the bike, you know, even after all these years. But anyway, like I said, just a short ride to blow a little bit of carbon out of the system here on the bike and whatnot. Not anything in particular to talk about, other than how much I absolutely love this bike. Yamaha got it right when they made this bike. I mean, they really did. And for those of you out there with Maxim X's, yes, I have ridden a Maxim X, and I do absolutely love those bikes as well. I just happen to own just an XJ700 Maxim, no X. Mine's air-cooled. And for those of you out there that don't know, that is the primary difference between a Maxim X and a Maxim. The Maxim X is liquid-cooled. But anyway, I guess I'll cut it off here. About to head back to the house so I can do some work on these carbs, get this dialed in a little bit better. Hope everybody has a great day. If you like what you saw, make sure you click the like and subscribe button, punch that bell to get notifications whenever I upload any new content. As always, if you get out on two, keep the shiny side up, rubber side down. Have a great day.